Hey everyone, Nubkeks here, and welcome back to... In the last video I was wondering, should I be saying here's the story at the start of this video? But I recorded this one right afterwards, so I don't know what you guys gave feedback on in that regard, but welcome back to the Haunted Mines and the road to Grandmaster. We're pushing forwards. We are in Diamond 1 at the moment, yeah, it's been, we've had a bit of a rough start in terms of win-loss for the start of Diamond 1, but that being said, I think they have been pretty good games overall. I think some kind of clear and weird sort of mistakes and stuff like that, but on the whole, they've been two very interesting games that we've already played. This is game number 3. Moving into Haunted Mines. And interesting, I'm not entirely sure what to do here. I was thinking of banning out Ragnaros, because I know he's very strong, but our teammate showing that he wants to play Ragnaros, so I'm going to ban out Artanis, which is another good option to get rid of instead. I would normally also prioritize the Thrall ban and Thrall pick fairly high, but I actually don't think this is a good map for Thrall. Thrall is really good in solo lanes, but there's not that much laning that goes on here. He spent a lot of the time in the mines, and he's actually not very good at clearing out the mines. Enemy team bans out Sylvanas, which, in my opinion, is a little bit overrated. At least, well, actually, I'm not entirely sure, because they have been adjusting, right, the Grave Golem as things go. But at least when the map came out, the Grave Golem was basically a big tank. It did no damage, but absorbed a whole bazillion tons of shots. So it didn't actually synergize very well with Sylvanas at all, because it's not really, it's just really good at absorbing damage. So, yeah, it's a bit overkill. Enemy team grabs a Greymane. Interesting. But yeah, Sylvanas ban is okay. I think there's probably better things to ban away, but it's fine. And there's the Thrall that I was talking about. I think a very strong hero. I don't think it's his best map, but certainly they're setting up for a pretty scary combo already. They've got Thrall, Greymane. I mean, you could just imagine like ETC Rhaegar on top of that. It's pretty intimidating, all things considered. We grab a Diablo early on, which is nice, and we actually go for Malfurion. That means that I'm going to have to pick... Rhaegar obviously would have fit pretty nicely here for us, but I'm probably going to have to ban the Rhaegar out now. The enemy team will probably grab ETC, but we'll be able to deal with that, I think. We'll be able to deal with that. Anyway, always nice to get your warrior and your support this early on. The enemy team will have to make the next 2 picks, which will give us good room for counter picking in the final 2 that we've got. You see, I'm trying to play Samuro here. I think Samuro will be very good at this map. In comparison to Thrall, Samuro will be excellent in the mines. He can just run around quite safely because he can escape nearly everything. He can clear them out super fast with his illusions. The enemy team bans out Zul'jin. This is the key thing. Look, they're completely struggling actually to make a good ban. I use this example in my drafting video. Like, we've got Rag, Diablo, Malf. They're going like, shit, what are they gonna pick? There's so many good heroes available to us. Like, look, he's banned out Zul'jin, alright? A strong range damage dealer, but we're just gonna get Tychus, who is probably actually better. They really struggled to actually find a good thing to ban away there. He took a long time. Enemy team picks up Zarya and the Tyrael. I think they're both pretty good picks, actually. So I think the Tychus pick is excellent, and I'm moving to Lunara. I don't want to play Samuro into their comp. Samuro into Earthquake is a little bit dodgy. Samuro into Earthquake plus a Zarya plus a Tyrael. Nah, it's too much. So I'm going to switch over to Lunara instead. I think Lunara would be pretty nice. Lunara is good against Thrall. She's good against Greymane. She can be good against Zarya. It's a bit hit and miss with Zarya. You definitely give Zarya energy, because you are going to be doing damage to the shields no matter what. So that's a point against. But a point for is that... yeah, the AoE damage, Zarya can't protect from all of that, and you can really melt the Zarya once those shields expire. So it's a bit, I don't know, I think it's pretty 50-50 in terms of against the Zarya. Probably a little bit in Zarya's favor, but it's an interesting one. And then Tyrael, of course, Sanctification will cleanse the poison, but we can probably work around that. But yeah, I figured, look, they're super melee heavy team. I think Lunara is going to do a lot of work. And yeah, like I said in the drafting video, I think this is a really good example. We had good picks at the start, made it really difficult for the enemy team to ban us out of anything, and then left us open to actually get some pretty nice counter picks. The enemy team finishes off with Lily, which is awful. That's so bad, man. It's so bad. They were a little bit stuck, though, for supports, I guess. Like, if you look at their comp, Oriel would not work with their comp. We have Malf. Rhaegar is banned. I think probably Karazim would be the best thing, but then they're super melee heavy as well. Yeah, they're in a rough spot in terms of supports. They picked themselves into a little bit of a hole, I think. Interesting. Who else would be there for supports? You know what? Morales would actually not be terrible. Actually, you know what? Morales would have been really good here. They've got Tyrael and Zarya for extra protection. I think Morales would have been my go-to choice. Ragnaros can't dive Morales. Lunara, no dive either. Tychus also. We don't have any dive to get at her. Now, a lot of spread damage at Lunara, so it wouldn't be perfect, and Ragnaros as well. Would not be perfect by any means, but it could have worked okay. I don't know. That's interesting, but like I said, they're just in a tough position, where pretty much all the supports I'd want are gone. Anyway, picked up Natural Perspective at level 1. It's probably the best talent overall for Lunara. It gives you vision on enemies while you've got poison on them. Just be useful for people kind of dipping in and out of the mines and stuff like that. Focusing some fire there on the Greymane, just get him low, focus some fire down on the Tyrael as well, then spread some poison over to Zarya. It's gonna obviously give her energy, but it's also gonna hurt her. So although she's gonna be high in energy, and she's gonna be able to poke pretty well, she's also not gonna be able to engage too much. It's gonna burn all of Lily's mana to heal her back up, and we're gonna continue poking in and doing damage. Tyrael shielding up the Greymane to protect him from that. Tychus looking for damage, he does okay. Focusing some damage on the Lily and just spreading our poison out as much as we can. It's very important with Lunara, right? She's one of my favorite heroes, and she's a super underrated hero. I think that's what actually contributes to why I like her a lot, is that I think in comparison, let's say a good comparison at the moment would be, you know, Tychus or Gul'dan, who are actually extremely popular, with those very popular heroes. You see a lot of people play them that are, you know, they can be pretty dodgy on them. You see some really good players of those heroes, and you see some pretty bad players of those heroes. I think with Lunara, she's a lot more unpopular, so most people that play Lunara tend to be like fairly decent at her, which improves one's view of the hero, I suppose. But I personally love Lunara. I think she's a lot of fun. Definitely a very patient hero. And the fundamental thing to know about Lunara is that she is one of the top damage dealing heroes in the game. She does so much damage, but it is slow, consistent, sustained damage, and it's all about spreading your poison to as many targets as possible. You're not focusing down single targets with Lunara for the most part. What you're really focusing on is, sorry, that's my alarm going off, whoops, is yeah, just getting your poison on multiple targets and just relying on the fact that you are outputting insane amounts of DPS to get your kills. You know, just be patient, just spread your poison around, stay safe, keep it consistent, keep it going, and then, you know, you will be doing so much to help your team just because of the amount of damage you're putting out. No healer in the game can deal with it. It's more than anyone can deal with. Hey Thrall, nice to see you. Goodbye Thrall. We did lose Diablo down bottom, but the enemy team was kind of very focused down bottom. Ragnaros coming in to help us out in the mines. And we've got a nice lead on these skulls. Actually, you know what? I might come out pretty even. Kind of hit Thrall a little bit. Didn't actually do that too well. I thought I was going to hit him with a basic attack, then follow up with the W. I actually screwed it up though. And the W, I didn't fire off the basic attack, so I used the W to poison like a minion or something. Or maybe I attacked the minion. My intent was to walk out of the mines, hit him with a basic attack, slow him down, then kite him and keep applying poison. It kind of failed, but we got the kill in the end. Nice work by the team. Just about pulled it off. A beautiful meteor from Ragnaros helped secure that kill. Now moving in here with the Diablo. Gonna focus the fire in on Lily, actually kind of stack up some poison on her. She goes down. A little bit of love for Zarya. She's actually able to step away before we're able to hit her with a basic attack and swing around to hit the Grave Golem. It's actually 34 to 38, but we should have a pretty good position here to take this, no problem. Tychus stalling the enemy team down bottom lane. By stalling, I might mean dying, not sure. But either way, even if he does die, ooh, I think he lived. Yeah, he lives. Alright, Tychus lives. Either way, I think his potential death is a good thing. We walk away with a 62 to 38 Golem. Ragnaros is going to defend. The rest of us will push with it. It's pretty good. We're actually going to take this siege camp. Spot the siege camp, go, oh yeah, that's a good thing to take. Get that pushing. Will this push with? Actually, I'm not sure. We're going to find out now. Which side does this push on? I presume it's going to push top. It looks like it will. Yeah, it's going to push top. So really in this situation, it doesn't matter. But while it is, you definitely want to use them for defending where possible. You want to use them for defending where possible. So you time the siege camp takes for when when the golem is activated, so the siege camp will come and will attack the golem. That's basically what your main goal to do is. See here, we're just trying to stay fairly safe. We don't want to take too much damage. They could dive on us and kill us pretty quickly. Ragnaros isn't here, whereas they're all here. They didn't send anyone to attack, so we do need to be careful. Just spreading our damage, playing it fairly safe, using the Q to spread it around, using the W to stack up the poison, stack up some slows. Nice stun by Diablo, but we're not really in position to follow up. Again, we are down a hero, but we're getting good structural damage. Should be much better than what the enemy's getting. If Fort goes low, shield in on no reflex on the Greymane does help keep him alive. We're just spreading some more poison on the Lunara, just being a pain in the butt, trying to hit the Lily and the Greymane, but they don't quite walk into that Q. Q's a pretty difficult skill shot to land.
There are always more skulls to be
Hit Greymane with just a nice goodbye parting gift. Hit him with a basic attack, then a W, just pop some extra damage on him. Keep some vision on him as well. Tychus goes for a grenade to interrupt the Hearthstone. It's not quite on time, but it's not the end of the world. And you can see we use Q as well to supplement the wave clear. Can be pretty nice. And this is a good opportunity to invade and take this sapper camp. Malph's wondering if it's worth taking Cleanse here. Let's have a look at what they've got. So they've got Thrall, Tyrael, or Mule. That's an interesting decision. I'm not sure. Or can you get the Broccoli on this level? I don't know. That is a tough choice. I'm not sure which one to pick up. In terms of my talent build, I picked up obviously Nimble Wisp at level 4, the most generally useful one. It increases your Wisp movement speed by 100% and the vision radius by 50%. Just makes it easier to use that Wisp. Gets a bit more value out of it. They're all like okay on this tier, but this one is overall, in my opinion, the best. Enemy team looking to invade here. We're just going to spread some poison around. We've got Lily and the Tyrael, and we grab that sapper camp away. Pretty much no problem. We're going to clear out this siege camp. You can see I've popped the Wisp down purely to cover the flanks. Actually, that's what I'm using it a lot for on this map. It's not actually putting it in a brush, but I figured that actually leaving it to cover your flanks is a really good thing. For example, when you're down in the mines taking the big golem, you can leave it to cover, you know, one of the big entrances, and gives you advanced warning when the enemy team is looking to flank. There's a lot of actually nice little sort of choke points and approach points that you can cover with the Wisp here. It's pretty intriguing. A similar effect would be had with like a scouting drone or something like that. As you can see as well, level 7, I picked up Splintered Spear. Whenever we use our Q, it makes our next basic attack 4 heroes instead of just 1. Wait, is it 4 heroes? I think it's 4. Yeah, it hits up to 4 enemies, not just heroes, excuse me. So 4 enemies, whenever we use Q, our next basic attack hits 4 enemies. And this really opens up the big Lunara combo. I don't usually take this talent, but it works really nicely. So you Q, then, you know, you throw a basic attack, you've hit 4 targets with your poison, then you follow up with a W. And there you go, you've just applied 2 stacks of poison to 4 enemy heroes if you do it in a team fight, which is pretty nice. She got a bit baited in here. This is a bad idea. Tychus picking a fight, decided to back him up. Diablo had backed away though. I actually probably should have just run. It was a little bit awkward. We got a little bit greedy. Ragnaros though is going to be fighting Thrall. Ragnaros low on mana though, and Thrall on full health and mana, so this could go pretty badly. Nice Sulfura Smash though, cracks the Thrall in the face, and Ragnaros is in pursuit. Thrall is running for his life. A pretty interesting fight. Diablo is coming as well. But well played by Ragnaros. Hitting that Sulfura Smash was the clutch thing. Diablo arrives as well. Looks like Thrall would have won the fight, but the nice move up by Diablo does help them secure that kill. Lily actually coming in too. They need to be a little bit careful. We're going to flank in. Hello, friend. Throw the Wisp down in there. The Tyrael has arrived, so need to be a little bit careful. We're going to pop out. Diablo actually being a little bit caught out. But that is a very good Apocalypse, doing a lot of damage. We're actually going to pop out through the mines. I don't think Tyrael Ghost can come through here. Looks like it can't. I was considering going back in. Greymane follows out, getting a little bit greedy, seeing everyone run away, feeling like he had the advantage. Little did he know the entire enemy team was there, and that our Malfurion had set up a very intelligent and scary little path of routes, especially for him. We throw in our Qs. Again, we've got damage spread across multiple heroes. That Zarya is actually going pretty low. We'll be close to getting a kill on her. Not quite, but, you know, close enough. We'll force her to go back at least. And, yeah, we're just continuing to put pressure here. The drill, continuing to zone them out. We're actually not in position to finish this off. We have to be very careful. Nice roots, actually. Almost got Tyrael stunned. Ragnaros is pretty far forwards in the enemy camp, so we need to be careful. The enemy team potentially going around to fight him, but they've backed off, so we're able to go back in here. Diablo going pretty low. Malfurion doing his best to keep him alive. Greymane goes in. and we're doing the best that we can. Big Sanctification comes out, and Diablo is down, so Furious Smash doesn't quite hit. We're trying to do what damage we can. There we go. We pick off the Greymane, and that's good, but a nice expulsion zone from Zarya actually helps keep the enemy team alive. We're trying to back up here. We are going to make it out. Ultimately, we lost that fight, but it's going to be 73 skulls to 27. So it is, all things considered, a win. You know, that fight at the end was pretty close right there. That fight, it could have gone either way. Just a matter of a couple of, you know, well-placed skill shots from some of us and badly placed skill shots from others. And, you know, just kind of a standard enough, fairly chaotic team fight where just small things all add up to make a pretty big difference. Pick up Unfair Advantage here at level 13. Obviously picked up Thornwood fine at level 10. It's much, much better. Unfair Advantage at level 13 also combos super well with the talent build we've already set up here. It makes our Nature's Toxin, so our poison, do 50% more damage to heroes that are slowed. So this obviously opens up a really nice combo with this talent build. You use your Q, then you throw out a basic attack. It hits 4 enemy heroes, so they're all poisoned with 1 stack of poison. You press your W, which now has 4 enemy heroes poisoned with 2 stacks of poison, and the W slows them down, so they're taking loads of damage from that poison. It's a really nice combo, and we can just turn out a ton of AoE damage. Diablo goes in pretty deep actually, and he's in a pretty tough spot. We're churning out the damage here. W is active as well. In a second we throw out the W. You can see they're taking a ton of damage from that poison. We're going pretty deep here, trying to follow up, getting a little bit scared because the enemy team is still have multiple heroes alive, but they do ultimately go down. Ragnaros is of course defending, so we did want to be careful right there. He's kept our forts completely healthy at this point. The enemy team down 2 forts, which is pretty nice. Now, they're not very far behind in terms of XP. But yeah, as you can see, like, we got some good damage there. That was a beautiful root. I think from Malf landed that root. That was huge. And then nice focus fire by myself and Tychus. Instantly moving in on that really nice root. This Malf has been really good with those roots, I have to say. Really good with those. We just explode that Greymane. We actually got a good position here to push in on the keep. Earthquake coming out from Thrall, but he's fairly overextended. You can see we do so much damage output. Tychus plus Lunara, 2 of the highest damage dealing heroes in the game. And that Thrall, even with Earthquake healing him up and everything, he just melts alive. I'm actually thinking I'm going to bait the enemy team in here. I know Diablo's back, and I don't think they realize it. They come in, I actually get Shrink Raid, which is hilarious. And this is going to be a dead Tyrael. We actually caught him with our Q there, which is pretty good. He catches Malf just about. And they're kind of chase us down. Rag is split pushing top, so it's not too much of a worry. This actually might be a dead Greymane right here. They're going pretty low. Again, we're just spreading we got our poison on multiple heroes. Oh, here we go. Oh, beautiful. Beautiful combo. We're just chasing down this Zarya. Nice kill once again. Everyone collapsing really well. Good roam by the Ragnaros. I think Diablo would have killed the Greymane anyway, but no harm in using the Furious Smash to secure a kill. We do take out a keep for our troubles. And things are looking pretty good. I normally pick up Nature's Culling with Lunara at level 7, which makes your poison do 150% bonus damage to non-heroes, which is really good. So I do miss having that actually. It's a different playstyle with Splintered Spear. But the combo of Splintered Spear with the other talents that are really good, I don't know, it just seems so strong, man. It seems so strong. Excuse me, I've got the hiccups. God dang it. Worst time to get hiccups when you're recording. But yeah, I'm digging the Splintered Spear. It seems really good. A part of the decision making as well was that I don't think Nature's Culling is actually that good in the mines. The mini golem dudes die really fast, so I figured actually the Splintered Spear would kill the mini golems just as quickly as, if not more quickly, than Nature's Culling would. So that was part of my decision making process as well. And then I also just wanted to spread the poison around the teamfight as much as possible, and I also wanted to try out the Splintered Spear build because I've heard it's really good. This is the first time ever using it actually, and it's good. I like it. Throwing out that wisp behind us just to cover. There's kind of multiple avenues right there, just to know where the enemy team is gonna be. They're coming in down here. Hello. That's a big sanctification. We're backing off. Don't want to get involved with that at all. The whole enemy team is here, though. This is a really nice position for us to just blast our AoE damage in. They absolutely explode. I'm not sure if Apocalypse hit there. It doesn't matter. Greymane dies to poison. Triple kill for us. The enemy team, they walked in, though. I think they got hit by the Malf Silence. They got hit by all of Tychus' AoE. They got hit by all of our AoE. And then Diablo's natural AoE with his W as well. And they just explode. exploded. It was pretty brutal. It was pretty brutal. They've got 0 skulls so far. Just doing some damage to this golem as we move past. Gonna send my wisp over to... I actually have mule scouting. Did you guys see that? I didn't notice that in the game. There's actually a mule scouting out that eastern entrance. That's hilarious. Obviously our forts are all so healthy that he's just like, well, I guess we'll use the mule to scout. I think you can apparently use the mule to tank the boss, which is interesting. Speaking of tanking the boss, I wasn't paying attention and tanked the root, which is a noob move, but oh well. This is going to be a 100 skull golem for us. Presumably Ragnaros will attack with us this time. The bottom keep is already down. So we are going to be pushing through the top lane. Going to grab this siege camp, have that pushing with us. Actually going to save my mana at this point. I actually should be using Q here to slightly speed us up. It's not a huge deal, but it's a small deal. I'm just being a little bit lazy. Which is pretty bad. But it's looking like this should be game for us. You know, we've got a 100 skull golem pushing in. As you can see, the enemy team, I actually really like this call. They just kind of gone, fuck it, let's go ham. And they're just pushing bottom lane. They've got a siege camp pushing as well. Their golem is on the way. You can see all of their heroes. They've actually taken down a fort by the time the golems actually activate. Our golem is on the way with sappers and a siege camp. And we're just going to melt down this keep. At this stage, I was kind of going, oh shit, that extra siege damage on the poison would be pretty nice right now. This spread damage isn't going to help us much at all. But the keep is down. They haven't even reached our keep yet. Greymane has come back to try to defend this. But the golem is on the core. The laser drill's on the core. Nice Sulfurous smash. Plus the root from Malfurion once again. Finishes off the Greymane. We're focusing on the core. Silence comes out for the laugh. And there you go, GG. It was an interesting idea from them. They kind of went, okay, we've lost this game. Let's just YOLO push bottom and try to outrace them. We've got a Greymane who's pretty good at racing. And we picked up MVP, best hero damage in the game with 1 death. And it was a pretty newbie death, but it's not the end of the world. Very one-sided game, as you can see. 5 of us on the MVP screen. That's always a bad sign for the enemy team. Feels bad. And yeah, pretty good. We lost the first 2 games in Diamond, so it's nice to get a couple of wins. Start climbing back up with Haunted Mines victory. As you can see, our hero damage is huge. Even compared to Tychus, it was noticeably ahead. Natural Perspective, Nimble Wisp, Splintered Spear, Thornwood Vine, Unfair Advantage, and Starwood Spear. I didn't mention that one, but whenever we use our W, it improves our basic attack range. And basically what you do with Lunara, like I said, the fundamentals of playing this build is you stay fairly safe, get into the rhythm of her stutter stepping, and you just, you know, spread poison around as many people as possible. Try to catch, you know, a couple of people with your Q, which does some nice damage and also applies poison. Then throw in that Splintered Spear basic attack, follow that up with your W, which will just put loads of poison on loads of people and slow them down so they're also taking bonus damage. Also throwing your ores through the team as well, trying to catch as many people with that as possible. And then using that extra attack range with Starwood Spear to focus priority targets or to top up poison on priority targets as well. And yeah, you just play a patient game. You know, don't overextend, don't overcommit to single target focus. It's not her strength at all. Play a different hero if you want a single target focus. You know, play Raynor or something like that. With Lunara, just be patient. Spread that poison around as many targets as possible. Really work on your AoE and your positioning, your stutter stepping. And yeah, then just rely on the fact, as you can see, if you do it consistently, you will output an absurd amount of hero damage that is incredibly difficult for any team to deal with. It's just her pure damage output is what makes her so cool and so fun. I really enjoy her because she is, yeah, she's one of my favorite heroes. I love Lunara. She's very unpopular. I think she deserves to be more popular, but I'm also kind of happy that she's not, in a weird kind of way. And I hope you guys enjoyed that one. Give it a thumbs up if it did. Bit of a stomp, but hopefully interesting and you can learn a bit from it nonetheless. Actually, let me just hop over real quick before we end the video. Let me hop over real quick and just check out the talent builds of everyone. Were there any like big errors in terms of the talents that were fitting with this particular map? You know, it's fairly stompy, so probably not. Maybe on the enemy team, we'll see. On our team, we had the Laser Drill is good, Sulfurous Smash, Twilight Tree. Yeah, everyone had good talents here on our team. And then pretty much dead standard on the enemy team as well. You know, I think the Lily pick was dodgy. I don't think that really worked well. And yeah, it was just a good draft from us as well. A lot of the stuff from the draft video getting applied in this game, and it paid dividends. It really paid dividends. We were able to... The Malf talent build actually is a little bit dodgy, but he played well, so it doesn't really matter. He picked up Versatile, increases Inner Fate mana return. I don't think I've ever seen that. Interesting. Interesting. We didn't have any mana problems in this game as Lunara, so hey, maybe it worked really well. I don't know. Anyway, thumbs it up if you enjoyed the video, guys, and I will see you all next time for more Heroes of the Storm. See you all then. Bye-bye.